My question today is, why do I not receive feedback after an interview? And that's a good question. And it's a frustration for many job seekers because without any feedback, they don't know what to do to improve. And so they really would appreciate someone telling them what reasons that potentially they didn't move on, but often they don't get anything. So I want to discuss why that might be. The first reason is that the organization may not have a lot of resources. So when you're giving feedback, you have to have gotten feedback. So either the hiring manager is providing that feedback, or more likely a recruiter would be doing so. They have to then get the feedback. They have to figure out how they want to say that. And of course, they have multiple people that they would have to do this with. And if they're short staffed or they just have a lot on their plate, that's just extra work for them. So sometimes it's just limited resources that happens. Sometimes it's fear of some sort of lawsuit. They're fearful that if they provide feedback, that the person is going to potentially decide that the reason that they weren't hired was discriminatory and go to various authorities or get a lawyer. And so to avoid that, or that ever being a problem, they decide not to give feedback. Another reason is it just could be company policy. The company has decided that that is not something that they're going to do by policy, and so you just aren't going to receive any feedback because they're just not going to allow it. The last reason could be that the recruiter, the hiring manager, whatever, may be avoiding some confrontation because there has happened, and it does happen, where a person gets feedback and instead of taking that feedback and using that to improve themselves, they want to argue with the recruiter or hiring manager about their rationale. And so sometimes organizations, just to avoid that, say, we just won't give feedback. That way we don't even have to worry about that. So those are reasons why you might not be getting any feedback. I know it's tough, but I found that these days, if you get any feedback, it is actually more of a rarity than not.